So welcome. It's the Wednesday night fixtures in the Barclays Premier League. 5 of them to get through. Let's get started. Opening salvo then Old Trafford, Manchester United, top of the table against bottom placed Sheffield United. Some team news. Tianzabi Tellez at the back for the Reds. Shaw rested. Matic in midfield. And for Sheffield United, Jagielka in defence alongside and Baldock there to strengthen that. 10 minutes, Rashford had a half a chance, but his effort was just wide. That was from a Wan-Bissaka cross. And 16 minutes up the other end, Sharp looking lively, through on goal, but De Gea's legs got in the way. 22nd minute, a right mess in United's defence. De Gea failing to get anywhere near a corner, and it eventually was headed in by Brighton. So 1-0 to the visitors. 29 minutes, Maguire from a corner went up with Ramsdale for the ball. They collided, didn't look much in it. The ball then popped out for Martial, who put it in the net, but the goal was chalked off. So into the half-time break with the bottom of the table side 1 up. Into the second half, then Greenwood had an opportunity, but just failed to connect with a great chip through by Fernandes. And up the other end, though, McGoldrick, his effort, which was a cunning effort actually, and it was just went over. And then 63 minutes, a Tellez corner, and this time Maguire was free in the 6-yard box, and he launched himself at the ball and headed it in the corner, and so we were back level. 1-1. One expected then to United to press on. The Blades were having none of it. 73 minutes, another messy goal in defence, eventually leading to Burke, whose shot was deflected in off Xavier past De Gea, and that was 2-1. Sheffield hung on. United just didn't have any firepower. Final score, Manchester United 1, Sheffield United 2. Bottom of the table clash, well, I put it that way anyway. I'm sure Brighton manager wouldn't see it that way. But they were at home to Fulham. I saw a little bit of this game. It basically was pretty level. Brighton having slightly better of it. Lots of half chances, but goalkeepers not really kept that busy. Opportunities for either side to get a win, which would have been an advantage over the other, seeing as that currently they lie 3rd and 4th from bottom. But basically, it ended up goalless. And to be perfectly honest, both managers weren't happy. But it was not a spectacle, that's for certain. So full-time score at the Amex, Brighton 0, Fulham 0. So to what I consider to be the best game of the night, and it was at Turf Moor. Burnley at home to Aston Villa. Haven't got much on the team news other than to say that Barnes was unfit for Burnley, Rodriguez up front, and McNeil back in from the start on the wing. For Villa, they look pretty much at full stretch, and El Ghazi, who was scoring lots of goals earlier, is stranded on the bench, can't get in this side. 3 minutes, Conser headed over from a corner. Villa taking the match to Burnley. In fact, they were certainly looking the better of the two sides. And on 30 minutes, Watkins, who's looked an absolutely gem of a buy from Brentford, clipped the ball from across, 1-0 to Villa. 29 minutes, Traore should have made it 2, but his effort was wide after some really creative play from my man of the match, Jack Grealish. This young boy, if he doesn't start for England, I think something must be wrong with Southgate. He is looking a class act. 41 minutes, Traore again, and his shot hit me, and then it ended up in Pope's hands. He was grateful for that. 1-0 then at the break. Deitch must have had a few words because virtually within minutes, after another save from Grealish and McGinn by Pope, 51 minutes, me headed in from a corner, and that was 1-1. Great delivery by Westwood. Wood then had a shot which forced a really great save from Martinez. And Burnley were certainly looking much more creative, but they conceded again on 67, and Grealish converted from a beautifully set up cross-field pass from the wing by Luiz, and a great finish by Grealish, 2-1. But Burnley, as I said, went really hell for leather, and on 75 minute, McNeil cross ended up not getting a touch by defenders or attackers, and the goalkeeper misjudged it as well, and it went in the corner, and that levelled things up 2-2. 3 minutes later, a towering header from Wood from a McNeil cross went in the corner off the post, and Burnley had gone in front. And that's how it finished. Very impressive display by Burnley. They've won the last 3 now and look to be coming well clear of that relegation zone. Villa, well, I feel they probably would sit in the dressing room and wonder how they lost that. They were the better side. But I think now time will come. They're certainly not going to be in a relegation fight this year. They've got a potent front line. Grealish, Traore, Watkins, and Barkley back in the side now. They're looking hot stuff. But on this occasion, full time at Turf Moor, final score, Burnley 3, Aston Villa 2. Okay, I'm just playing with my brush. Right, next up then, Goodison Park, Everton, who were placed 6th at kickoff against Leicester City in 3rd. Of course, Vardy is out. He's had a bit of a groin operation, so he's going to be out for a few weeks. Decore suspended for Everton, but James was back, and Perez up front for Vardy, preferred instead of Iniacho, which I thought was quite a surprise. And early running, the Foxes were in charge. Maddison looking particularly impressive. He had an early shot just over. And then on 29 minutes, the Toffees, who'd sort of bounced back in the few minutes before, they were on the attack, and James got an opportunity. He was outside the box, and he usually prefers the left peg, but on this occasion he hit a lovely strike with his right, which went in off the post, and that followed a poor clearance by Leicester, and 1-0 then to the Toffees. That was the score at the break. Second half, though, Rodgers' team, who are showing some really good grit and determination this season. I think they're a better side than they were when they finished 4th last year, and a stronger squad as well. 2 great efforts by Barnes, and a second from Justin, which went just wide of the post on 49. But 66, another good piece of work once again by Maddison, and the ball came to Tielemans just outside the box. It was a sweet strike, but it wasn't in the corner, and on closer replay it has to be said that Pickford should have done much better. He got a hand to it, but he only really helped it in the corner, and so Leicester had pegged it back 1-1. After that, it was pretty tight, and both managers will probably be satisfied with a point. Weather conditions weren't that good. It was torrential rain near the end. So final score at Goodison Park, Everton 1, Leicester City 1. And Leicester now go back to 3rd place. So the last match then on the Wednesday evening, and this was the clash at Stamford Bridge between Chelsea and Wolves. Of course, since the last match, Roman Abramovich has delivered a kick up the backside and out of the club for the fans' favourite, Frank Lampard, he got the sack on Monday morning. Abramovich not happy with the 8th position, and he'd been quick to replace him with Thomas Tuchel. He's a German manager, and he was Paris Saint-Germain's manager up until December, but he really showed his mettle in the Bundesliga, and he managed Borussia Dortmund, and he took over from Jurgen Klopp at Dortmund, so good reputation. So he was in the dugout for his first match. He conducted a few changes, but he basically said in interview that wasn't because the ones on the bench were any inferior. It was just a bit like a lucky pick. Mount was there on the bench though, and Werner, he was there as well, and Giroud up front. Havertz was in, and Azpilicueta at right back. I wasn't sure if James was on the bench, and nevertheless, Wolves, they had Pedence back up front, and a new signing on the bench. I can't remember his name, but Saiz and Moutinho and Silva were on the Wolves bench. Of course, still no sign of Jimenez. It was a pretty tight affair. Both teams seemed to lack a little bit of confidence, really. A good chance for Dendoncker on 39 that he headed over from a Neto cross, but that was about it, really. Goalless at the break. Second half, Chilwell should have done much better on the hour, and he managed to put his effort wildly over the top. It would have been easier to put it on target, really. A good assist though from Havertz. 70 minutes, Neto and Podence working well together, and an elegant little scoop by Neto, but it went onto the crossbar and away to safety. And that was about it, really. Adoy came on and he tested Patricio 5 minutes from time, but it trundled towards a goalless draw. So Tuchel, as I say, was quite happy with his troops on the first outing, and Nuno Espirito Santo was equally happy that Wolves had kept a clean sheet. So final score then at Stamford Bridge was Chelsea 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Right, there is one game coming up tonight. It's Tottenham against Liverpool. It's a big match, and I will give you that result when I've seen it.